The boxers have been given their instructions. The seconds are out. The crowd is ready for another edition of Shoulder Roll Virtual Boxing with your presenter, the boxing historian, Greg Rashid.
Say Swati Cup to everyone out there. This is Greg Rashid with another edition of the Shoulder Roll Virtual Boxing Podcast. For many folks, they listen at their convenience on various platforms on the internet, but a lot of folks listen every Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. Mountain Time on KUHSdenver.com, created by the one and only Henry Archuleta. And I want to say hi to all my friends in the Colorado region. I'm going to get back there because I love Colorado. I love Denver. But right now, I'm loving Bangkok, Thailand. Happy to be here. And if you're new to the program, what we do here, we do fantasy fights, simulated fights. Today, we're using a simulation titled Bout 2 PC, created by Jim Trunza. But we also use other simulations, Legends of Boxing 2, Glory Days Boxing 2. You know, we use that. There's so many of them we use it. Those are three of the best, I have to say that. But today we're going to do a fight that you're going to say at first, well, that doesn't make any sense. He's too big for him. And what I'm talking about, this is a heavyweight fight. This is the Big Bang Zhilei Zhang, the one and only. Ranked, I think, in the top, I think he's number 5 right now in the rankings. Versus the one and only Smoking Joe Frazier. And I know you're saying right now, oh, God. Joe Frazier was maybe 5'10" versus the giant Zhang. Come on. But, you know, it could be an exciting fight. Could be an exciting fight. And all you got to do is, like, get this thing going and see what happens. So let's get the fight going right now. We're going to have everybody's favorite commentator, the one and only Knockout Nigel. Here he is.
Cheers, this is Knockout Nigel, your humble commentator. It's a magical night here at Anfield, Liverpool. And yes, I must admit, as a lifelong fan of the Reds, there's nothing quite like the atmosphere here. The cop roaring, the spirit of legends like Gerrard and Dalglish echoing through these stands. But tonight, we're not talking football. Oh no, it's a fight between two titans, Zhilei Big Bang Zhang and Smokin' Joe Frazier. There is a huge height and weight discrepancy between these two pugilists. Frazier is 5 feet 11 inches, 195 pounds, while Zhang towers over him at 6 feet 6 inches and tips the 200-pound scales at 285 pounds. A big bang, indeed. The bubbly I have been given by the Liverpool supporters will certainly cause a big bang in my body. I will take a sip as round 1 begins. Round 1 kicks off, and Frazier's coming out fast, straight into action at ring center. Frazier lands his famous left hook for 3 points. He follows with another 3-point left hook to Zhang's ample body. Zhang tries to answer, but misses with a counter right jab. He's still finding his range here. And now Frazier again. There it is, a sharp 2-point combination. Oh, he's in control early, ladies and gentlemen. But wait, Zhang starts firing back. Zhang gets Frazier with a combo of his own for 2 points, followed by a solid 2-point right jab and, oh, a 4-point left uppercut. Frazier's stunned. Frazier's knees buckled. Zhang's a big man, folks, and those punches carry weight. Zhang misses a right cross. Frazier's not backing down. Look at this. Frazier lands a big 5-point left hook. Zhang took a step back. The Scouser in me is loving this back and forth. It's like watching Liverpool push for a winner in the last minute of a derby. Zhang tries with a wild left uppercut, Misses. Frazier nails him with a 2-point left jab. Clean as you like, as the bell ends, round 1. Frazier is showing no fear as he dominated the giant, although Zhang did buckle Frazier's knees with a left uppercut. I am going to tell you folks that Bubbly from Liverpool is making my knees buckle too. That is some powerful brew. I will take a break from it as round 2 begins. Frazier's come out with a stick and move strategy. A lovely 3-point combination to start. Looking at him, move around the ring reminds me of Liverpool's midfield controlling the flow of play. Zhang's trying to move, but Frazier's cutting off the ring, backing him onto the ropes. Wow. Frazier is backing the big man up. Zhang's trying to rough him up, but referee Steve Smoger's not having it, warning Zhang for rabbit punching. Zhang lands a decent left hook for 2 points, but he's struggling to pin down Frazier, who's now picking him apart. A slick left hook from Frazier, and Zhang's looking a little ragged. The round ends, and oh no, Zhang's got a cut inside his mouth. That'll be a factor for sure. Frazier takes this round, in my opinion, dominating like Liverpool during that 4-0 win against Barca. Unstoppable. Nothing can stop me from a taste of bubbly before the next round. Round 3, and this might be a pivotal one. Frazier's in control again. Oh, a cracking 3-point left hook lands right at the start. Zhang's trying to fight back, but Smoger's not happy. Another warning for a low blow. But look at Zhang. He fires back with a 2-point right jab, then a 4-point left uppercut. Frazier's stunned. Zhang's not giving up without a fight, yet Frazier's still swinging. He lands a solid 5-point left hook, and now, what's this? Zhang looks hurt. He is motioning to his corner. Zhang has signaled to them that he has a broken jaw. He cannot continue. That's it, the fight's over. At 1:18 of round 3, the referee calls it, Joe Frazier wins by technical knockout. The crowd here at Anfield is on their feet. What a battle. Frazier's done it, reminding us all of the relentless pressure and power that made him a world champion. It's been an unforgettable night, folks, just like Liverpool's glory days. This Liverpool bubbly has hit me like a Frazier hook, the best bubbly in the world. I will now return you to our Bangkok studio. This is Knockout Nigel. Cheers.
Yeah, Knockout says that about all bubbly. It's all the best in the world. But anyway, hope you enjoyed that fight. And, you know, I could see that actually happening in a sense of, when you think about Joe Frazier fought Buster Mathis, who was 6'5". I mean, Ali was like 6'3.5", and he more than hell, he beat him. He beat both of them. You know, he held his own against big guys, and I could see him taking on a guy like the Big Bang and, you know, beating him. Now, if he didn't have that broken jaw, and, you know, things may have been different, we don't know. But anyway, it's a simulation. It's all about fun. And like I always tell folks, I can put these fights into the computer thousands of times and get thousands of different answers. But that's all it's about. It's about fun, just sitting back and imagining what would happen if Muhammad Ali fought Mike Tyson. What would happen if Sugar Ray Leonard fought Sugar Ray Robinson, which we actually have done on the show before, and probably will do again. And if you have a fight that you would like to see on here, just drop me a line wherever you listen to this program and let me know, as so many other people have done. You can be a promoter of a fight. And also, if you want to be a Patreon, please go to patreon.com, look for fantasy fights, Ringside Fantasy Fights in News. I should know my own website, Ringside Fantasy Fights in News, and make a $1 a month commitment. That's all it is. Whatever you can do, and become a Patreon. As so many people have done. My first Patreon was the one and only Al Red Sox fan, and please look at his site on YouTube. Great information he has on there. But you can become a Patreon today. Do that. I know you have a lot of, you don't have that much money, and There's a lot of places that your money can go to for entertainment, but if you like this program, just give us $1 or so a month so we can keep the program running, get a better microphone, better equipment, a little bit of everything, because it's all about serving you as a public. And I know there's so many people that like these programs, and we're going to keep them going because we love doing it, and we love that you love them. So anyway, we're going to get right now to some boxing history of Jessica. She's going to talk about what has happened, what is going on in the world of boxing history from the dates of August the 6th to August the 12th. So let's hear that on the Shoulder Roll Virtual Boxing Podcast.
Here is your boxing history for the week of October 6th through 12. October 6, 2007, Manny Pacquiao defeated Marco Antonio Barrera by unanimous decision. October 7th, 1932. In Benny Leonard's last fight, the former world lightweight champion would be knocked out in 6 rounds by Jimmy McLarnin. October 8th, 1818. Jack Broughton designed the first boxing glove to be used in a boxing match. October 9th, 2021, Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder in their third and final fight via 11th round knockout in what is widely regarded as one of the greatest heavyweight fights of all time. October 10th, 1962, Fighting Harada became world flyweight champion, knocking out Pone Kingpech in 11 rounds. October 11th, 2008, Vitaly Klitschko defeated Sam Peter after 4 years of inactivity. October 12th, 2013, Timothy Bradley defeated Juan Manuel Marquez by split decision.
Thank you so much, Jessica, for that. And Jessica's been begging me. She did a fight last week. And so, we'll let you host another fight. You'll commentate on another fight. And we're going to do that right now. And this fight is this happened back in 2011. I'm talking about a welterweight fight between Manny Pacquiao and Shane Mosley. And that happened, and Pacquiao beat Mosley in a decision. But I was always thinking, what would happen if they got back together again and fought again? So that's what we're going to do today with this fight, and have Jessica commentate on this fight. And it should be a good one. So settle back, sit back, and listen to Jessica as she gives us her commentary on the Pacquiao versus Mosley fight on the Shoulder Roll Virtual Boxing Podcast.
Good evening, fight fans. It's your favorite martial arts champ, Jessica, coming to you live from the electrifying Mandalay Bay Events Center in Las Vegas for tonight's main event. We've got a 12-round welterweight showdown between 2 absolute legends, Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao and Sugar Shane Mosley. And let me tell you, this fight sold out months ago, so if you're not here, you're missing out. Mosley is looking to even the score after that loss in 2011, while Pacquiao is promising to put him to sleep. It's a classic rematch, and I'll be with you every step of the way. And speaking of classics, I'm reminded of when Sugar Ray Leonard and Roberto Duran traded blows in the brawl in Montreal. Boxing has this beautiful history of rematches, doesn't it? Like Ali and Frazier. But tonight, it's Mosley's turn to try to redeem himself. Now grab your snacks, drinks, and get comfy. Round 1 is about to begin. Pacquiao wastes no time. He comes out of his corner and lands a clean left cross. Boom, Mosley's rocked. He's knocked into the far ropes, folks. If you thought Mosley was easing into this, think again. Pacquiao scores big. 5 points, baby. And now, a quick follow-up with a left cross for another 2 points. Shane's clinching already. Not a good sign. You know, some people say clinching is like hitting the snooze button during a sparring session. But hey, I get it. Mosley's just trying to buy himself some time. But here comes Pacquiao again with a right jab for 2 more points. Is he going to let Mosley breathe tonight? Wait. Mosley fires back with a blistering 3-point combo. Oh, there we go. Mosley's still got some heat, and Pacquiao, boom. A 4-point combo from Pac-Man, just as clean as you like it. What a start. They're both swinging like they're late to a party. But hold on, Mosley lands a crushing combo out of nowhere, and Pacquiao's down. Yes, you heard that right. Pacquiao is on the canvas, people. The ref's counting. 5, 6, 7. Pacquiao's back on his feet at 8, looking a bit shaken. Mosley's putting on the pressure. That round was pure fire. Mosley dropped Pacquiao and scored 20 points to Pacquiao's 17. If this is how round 1 went, I can only imagine what's coming next. Can Pacquiao turn it around? Pacquiao's not one to back down easily. He's been warned for using his glove laces. A little dirty play there, but it happens. He lands a stinging 4-point left cross. And another. This is the Pacquiao we know, throwing those punches like he's late for an appointment. Mosley's trying to stay cool, but his knees buckle after a fierce 5-point hook. Somebody get Shane a GPS because he's looking lost out there. This is what we love about boxing. It's like watching Muhammad Ali dance around George Foreman all over again. But Pacquiao isn't dancing. He's bulldozing. And that's the bell. What a furious pace, folks. Pacquiao had 15 points to Mosley's 9 in this round. He's storming back. But Mosley isn't backing down either, landing some solid jabs. Here we go again. Mosley lands a 3-point combo, and Pacquiao answers with a 4-point left hook. Bam! These guys are going blow for blow. It's like watching Gatti versus Ward all over again. But wait, Mosley staggers Pacquiao with a monster right uppercut for 5 points. Pacquiao's in trouble. Pacquiao fires back with a left uppercut that nearly puts Mosley into orbit. These guys are trading knockdowns like they're exchanging phone numbers at a party. But here comes Shane. Oh my goodness! A 5-point right hook sends Pacquiao to the canvas again. He's up at 5, but Mosley's moving in for the kill. Ding ding, the bell saves Manny this time. Freddie Roach is in the corner screaming at him. He's even putting ice between Manny's legs. Talk about drastic measures. Pacquiao looks like he got a second wind, or maybe it was that ice. He's coming out swinging. A solid 2-point uppercut to start the round. But the pace is slower, both guys catching their breath. You know, even warriors need a break, right? Pacquiao's got his guard up, and Mosley is staying cautious. Round ends, and it's clear. Mosley took that one. Pacquiao's corner is working wonders on that nose cut, though. We've got a good old-fashioned chess match now. Pacquiao's on his bicycle now. Mosley in hot pursuit. Thwack! A monster 5-point left hook from Mosley, and Pacquiao hits the ropes like a rag doll. Oh my, Mosley lands a crushing 5-point combo, and down goes Pacquiao again, Dot. The count is up to 9. He barely beats it. Manny's running out of lives here. Mosley's putting on a clinic with these hooks. Freddie Roach is probably going to start waving the towel around if this keeps up. Mosley smells blood. Pacquiao's hanging in there, but barely. Pacquiao's trying to rally with a right jab, but Mosley's all over him. Boom! Another 5-point uppercut from Mosley, and Pacquiao is knocked into the ropes again. It's survival mode now for Pacquiao, but he's not throwing enough punches to keep Mosley off. The ref steps in. The fight's over. Freddie Roach already tossed in the towel. Pacquiao just couldn't keep up with Mosley's relentless attack. At 2:58 of the 7th round, the winner by technical knockout, Sugar Shane Mosley. And that's the sweet taste of revenge for Mosley. What a fight! A lot of history between these two, and tonight, Mosley evens the score. Until next time, fight fans, this is Jessica, your martial arts champ, signing off from Las Vegas. Back to the studio in Bangkok.
Thank you, Jessica. I don't know what she's doing with these sound effects. I don't know. It's like a comic book or something, or I don't know. But Jessica's a little different as far as commentary, but she's good. I like her. But we don't know. None of us know. She says she's the martial arts champion. We don't know what martial art. We don't know what she does. All I know, I've seen her in the studio from time to time just hitting a wall with her bare hands, a brick wall, and no bruises whatsoever. So I don't know. I don't know, but we don't tangle with Jessica. We just let her do her thing. And speaking of Jessica and Manny Pacquiao, Jessica has some news about something with Pacquiao that's coming up right now. So let's hear that on the Shoulder Roll Virtual Boxing Podcast.
8-division world champion Manny Pacquiao leads the list of those on the International Boxing Hall of Fame's 2025 election ballot, which went out this week to an international panel of voters. Inductees will be named in the following categories: Men's Modern, last bout no earlier than 1989, Late Era, Old Timer, last bout no earlier than 1943, no later than 1988, Pioneer, last bout in or prior to 1892. Non-participant, men and women who have made contributions to the sport apart from roles as boxers or observers. Based upon a candidate's achievements and contributions in their particular field. Observer, print and media journalists, media executives and producers, publishers, writers, historians, record keepers, statisticians, photographers, artists, and screenwriters. Women's Modern, last bout no earlier than 1989, and Women's Trailblazer, last bout no later than 1988. Appearing on the men's modern ballot for the first time are Pacquiao, Philippines, August 2nd, 62, 39 KOs. Super middleweight world champion Lucien Butte, Romania, Canada, 32, 525 KOs. 4-division world champion Mikey Garcia, USA, 40, 230 KOs. And welterweight world champion Sean Porter, USA, April 1st, 31, 17 KOs. 2-division world champions Jessica Chavez, Mexico, May 3rd, 32, 4 KOs. And Jessica Ricciosi, Canada, 33. 312 KOs debut on the women's modern ballot. Light welterweight world champion Bruno Arcari, Italy, February 1st, 70, 38 KOs. And light flyweight world champion Luis Estaba, Venezuela, September 2nd, 41, 27 KOs were added to the late-era old-timer ballot. Making her first appearance on the Women's Trailblazer ballot is undefeated bantamweight Shirley Tucker, USA, 16, 0, 10 KOs. Bare-knuckle boxer Owen Swift, England, has been added to the Pioneer ballot. Trainer Cutman Russ Onber, Canada, referee Kenny Bayless, USA, and promoter Salvatore Cerci, Italy, have been added to the non-participant ballot. Journalist Ernesto Cerci Bialo, Argentina, broadcaster journalist Randy Gordon, USA, and journalist Kevin Iole, USA, were added to the Observer ballot. Members of the Boxing Writers Association of America and boxing historians from around the world cast votes. Voters from Japan, England, Canada, Argentina, Australia, the Netherlands, Germany, Mexico, and the United States are among those who will participate in the election process. The annual ballot mailing is a special time for the sport of boxing, said Executive Director Edward Brophy. There is tremendous anticipation as the Hall of Fame and the worldwide boxing community anxiously await the results to determine who will join the list of boxing immortals.
You know, one thing I regret about not being in America now, that I never got to the Boxing Hall of Fame. And I shouldn't say never, because I may get there. I believe I'm going to get there. I'm going to get back to the U.S., and I want to go there. I really want to go to the Boxing Hall of Fame. And maybe one of the Saudis out there will fund me. But anyway, you know, I was surprised listening to that Mikey Garcia was on that list of Hall of Famers. And I'd never, you know, I really like Mikey Garcia. I never even consider him a Hall of Famer. I have to look at his fights again. But he's a bad fighter. He's a very good fighter. So I'm happy that he's on that list. And, you know, I hope, you know, and Pacquiao, I think he's going to still fight next year. I don't think he's done the way he keeps talking. So we'll see. But that's a good little list there. No Thai fighters. There's some guys, you know, I want over here to get on that list. But we'll work on that for next year, for the next time. You know, we'll get these guys on there for 2026. We'll do that. But hopefully, I'm hoping that one thing is that to create a title bout 2, the original title bout in particular, Jim Trunzo, I always talk about, we use this fights as we did today to simulate on this program, that someone will like nominate him to the Boxing Hall of Fame, because he's a contributor. The man's knowledge about boxing is just, I mean, it's just nonpareil. It's just amazing. And he deserves to be in there. He really does. In fact, I might start something to get him on there. And I wish I had a ballot. I'm a historian. I wish there's a way I could get a ballot. I'm going to work on that, because Jim Trunzo really needs to be in there. He has kept boxing alive with so many people like myself who play the game on the tabletop, on the computer, have read some of his books. You know, he's just a fascinating guy and has dedicated his life to the sport. He deserves to be in there. So hopefully we can get him in there the next time. And I'm going to work on getting a ballot. I'm going to work on that. But anyway, hope you enjoyed that. And Jessica has some more news here. And she's going to tell you next about the latest going on with, it's about Jake Paul, who will never get in the Boxing Hall of Fame. Although, I know there's an argument out there that some people say he kind of revived boxing. He made a lot of folks who ordinarily would not be interested in boxing look at it, but I don't know. But let's hear what Jessica has to say about him and his relationship to Freddie Roach on the Shoulder Roll Virtual Boxing Podcast.
Boxing guru Freddie Roach has given YouTube star Jake Paul a lukewarm review, calling his skills okay as he gears up for a blockbuster fight with boxing icon Mike Tyson next month. The much-anticipated bout was initially set for earlier this summer, but Tyson had to delay his comeback due to an inflamed ulcer that led his doctor to recommend a halt in training. However, Iron Mike is back in the gym and feeling confident about stepping into the ring come in November. The showdown is slated for Friday, November 15th at Arlington's 8-Ant Stadium, where as many as 90,000 fans could witness the event. Tyson, who last fought professionally in 2005, losing to Kevin McBride, returned to the ring for an exhibition match against Roy Jones Jr. in 2020, which took place without an audience. On the other side, 27-year-old Paul is coming off a win against ex-UFC fighter Mike Perry this past July. Since the fight's announcement, there's been a wave of criticism from the boxing world, particularly after Tyson's withdrawal from their original July date. Since turning pro in 2020, Paul has racked up wins over Tyrone Woodley, Anderson Silva, Nate Diaz, and Ben Askren, with his sole loss coming at the hands of Tommy Fury last year. 2 years back, Paul popped into Roach's wildcard gym before his showdown with Silva. The famed boxing coach later dished on the young American to fight hype. "The kid's okay, a club fighter. I don't know him personally, and I've never really met him," he said. "He was in my gym and wondered if they could use the ring, and I said go ahead." By sheer coincidence, Tyson dropped by the gym on the same day as Paul. The legendary boxer, it seems, wasn't wowed in the slightest by the problem child. According to Roach, Iron Mike took one look at Paul and decided to check out the photos instead. Tyson looked at him and left. He saw 30 seconds of him sparring and said, "Freddie, can we go down and see the pictures?" He knows that's where the good pictures are. He wasn't as interested as I was, Roach recounted. Paul didn't take Tyson's harsh critique lying down. In a chat with TalkSport, he clapped back, denying any sparring sessions at Roach's establishment. He said, "First and foremost, I saw these things that Freddie Roach was saying, that I was like sparring at his gym. First of all, I've never even trained at Wildcard Gym. Freddie is a idiot. He's a hater. Mike Tyson has never watched me spar. Mike Tyson has never been in the gym at the same time as me sparring. I went to Wildcard, like once, to talk to somebody for a meeting and for my brother's press conference there. But Mike Tyson wasn't anywhere in the vicinity, so it's just Freddie Roach spreading rumors. Especially because me and Mike are friends, man."
And I hope your friend knocks you out. But anyway, that's Jessica talking about Jake Paul. He's, like I said earlier, there's a possibility that someone may one day say, he should be in the Boxing Hall of Fame. But anyway, next Jessica's going to talk about Terrence Crawford, who will be in the Boxing Hall of Fame one day. He should be in there right now, just automatically. And she's going to talk about him and Sebastian Fundora. So let's hear that on the Shoulder Roll Virtual Boxing Podcast.
On Wednesday, October 2nd, a video went viral of Terrence Crawford stating, "If Fundora's licking his chops over my performance versus Israil Madrimov, then I should be licking my chops because Madrimov knocked Fundora out in sparring." Since then, the Fundora team have been receiving notifications of Crawford's accusations. Hence, on Thursday, October 3rd, Coach Fundora spoke to Madrimov's trainer, Joel Diaz, regarding the viral statement made by Terrence Crawford. During the conversation between Coach Diaz and Coach Fundora, Diaz mentioned that Madrimov's manager, Vadim Kornilov, was very perturbed at the statements made by Crawford on a sparring session that happened over 5 years ago, in which neither of them ever touched the canvas. Per Madrimov and his whole team, they stated they have nothing but respect for Sebastian Fundora and his whole team and don't take lies and disrespect lightly. Coach Fundora responded that Team Diaz, Madrimov's coaching team, is family to him. They have all known each other from the Coachella Valley since they were kids. The boxing community in the Coachella Valley is extremely tight-knit. We all respect each other for the work we put into our boxers, and coaches' etiquette is an unbroken rule that we all abide by. There are plenty of ways of making fights professionally without fabrication out of frustration. To reiterate, Madrimov and his team are God-fearing men, and it is very unlikely that they would ever speak ill of Sebastian Fundora, his sparring sessions, and his team. No amount of facts or truth will convince a simpleton that they are wrong. Terence Crawford should apologize for being so naive, added Fundora's promoter, Samson Lukowitz. A great champion like him should be above this kind of childishness. Referencing the fact that the WBO have ordered Fundora and Crawford's representatives to reach an agreement to fight by 4 p.m. on October 10th, or the committee will order purse bids, Lukowitz says there's no need for a champion like Crawford to be engaging in schoolyard gossip. The fight is already going to happen. It's bad business for Crawford to be trying to make a unified world champion look bad by spreading stupid rumors. You're 37 years old. Spend your time training instead. You're going to need it.
I think that fight is on. I hope so, and I think Crawford will win that easily. And he will beat Fundora. I mean, he will do it easily, despite the fact that Fundora is like 6'3". But he'll take him on and he'll beat him. Crawford, like I said, I mean, that is a solid Hall of Famer. I mean, amazing fighter. Enjoy him. If you haven't seen him fight before, go on YouTube. Check his fights out. Amazing. Just an amazing fighter. And next we're going to have on here something that's coming up now that may change the whole world of computer boxing simulations, because this is game that I'm looking. I don't have PlayStation or any of these things, but this is making me want to buy it. And I'm talking about the game that's coming out this week. It's called Undisputed, and the creator of the game is going to be talking about it. Jessica's going to interpret what he says, but this thing looks, it's bad. It looks nice. I'm 70 years old, but I want to get a PlayStation. Maybe the Saudis will send me one. But anyway, let's see if we can hear what Jessica has to say about Undisputed.
Undisputed launches October 11th on PS5 and has been in development for nearly 5 years, starting as the humble esports boxing club and then evolving into the first major boxing game in over a decade. With over 70 of the most prestigious prize fighters on the roster, including Canelo Alvarez, Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk, Roy Jones Jr., and Joe Frazier, it was our priority to make sure that they not only looked amazing, but that they moved in their own unique signature ways, too. How do you get the longest reigning super middleweight world champion Joe Calzaghe to look as authentic and lifelike as possible? It all starts with the scanning process. We work with a variety of scanning studios all over the world to create the most accurate reference images for us to work from. The Steel City Interactive Art team then use this to sculpt the in-game models, recreating every muscle, vein, hair, and bead of sweat. For our boxing legends, we also have a de-aging process. Players want to experience these fighters in their prime, so we try to recreate exactly what they looked like at that time. We also try to get as many fighters as possible into our motion capture suits so we can record their unique footwork, punches, slips, dodges, and even taunts. When you play as Alexander Usyk, we want it to feel like you are Alexander Usyk, so our art and animation teams spend days processing the output from the motion capture and then applying that to our detailed character models. British and Commonwealth super lightweight champion Dalton Smith was one of the fighters we worked closely with to capture his boxing style. He also helped mimic some of the fighters who are no longer with us, studying their movements, then performing them so we can immortalize them in Undisputed. I am used to boxing in the ring or the gym, but throwing punches in a motion capture suit is a whole different ballgame. I got suited up and spent a few days working with the team at Steel City Interactive to capture not only my own personal in-ring moves, but those of some of the old school boxers as well. You don't realize how intense and detailed the process is until you're throwing the same punches and performing the same blocks over and over again until it's captured from every angle. Seeing the results in-game is incredible. My avatar really does look like me, said Dalton Smith. There's a saying in boxing that styles make fights, and we think it's really important that those styles are backed up with real-life statistics, too. There's no point in having the undefeated legend of boxing, Rocky Marciano, in the game if we don't also give him the punching power and stamina he was known for. That's why we work with CompuBox to define each fighter's ratings, statistics, and behaviors. When you're playing as a boxer with a fantastic knockout ratio, like Deontay Wilder, his ability to land KOs in the game is boosted. And this works the same for the AI version of them too. Each fighter has their own skills and abilities, taken from their real-life fight records, that will change the outcome of the fight in a meaningful way. It's your job to figure out how to counter that.
Oh, wow. I want this thing. Like I said, I've never had a PlayStation, never played it, but I will buy it for that. And that alone, my goodness. And if you go online and look at the preview of this game, it is something. If you're a boxing fan, and I know you are because you're listening to this program, you got to get this game. You got to get this thing. And maybe someone out there, hey, my birthday's coming up in December. Maybe one of my loyal folks out there, well, gift that to me. Or maybe I'll have a GoFundMe site to raise the money so I can get that. But anyway, it's going to be a major, major event when that game is released. Oh, my goodness. But anyway, speaking of fighting now, we're going to change from boxing to mixed martial arts for a minute and talking about one championship, which I always talk about that. It's from this area of the world, but they have a lot of the fights in Denver, Colorado. But this one happened over the weekend here in Thailand at Lumpini Stadium. And I've been, like I've said on this show in the past, I've been to Lumpini. It's the Madison Square Garden of Bangkok. In fact, it's the Madison Square Garden of Asia. And Jessica's going to talk about what happened there over the weekend. So let's hear that on the Shoulder Roll Virtual Boxing Podcast.
You can fool Reggian the Immortal Earsel once, but you can't fool him twice. The Surinamese superstar defeated old foe Alexis Barboza Nicolas by unanimous decision in the main event of One Fight Night 25 on Prime Video to recapture the one lightweight kickboxing world title, and once again become a two-sport king in U.S. primetime on Friday, October 4th. Early on, Earsel stalked Nicholas around the ring at Lumpini Stadium in Bangkok, Thailand, using his jab to set up a plethora of attacks. From the outside, the Sityodtong Amsterdam gym representative snapped his left hand in the face of Nicholas and followed with low kicks, body shots, and his trademark jumping knees. The Frenchman absorbed the crushing blows without wilting under the pressure, and by midway through the contest, he began attacking with the same ferocity. The 26-year-old launched high kicks and spinning attacks with both fists and feet to try and slow Earsel down, but the latter only ramped up the action. In the championship rounds, the Immortal laid out the rest of his game plan. That plan included staying as close to Nicholas as possible and wearing him down with low kicks. Those tactics worked, as all three judges awarded Earsel the world title victory. Not only did the 31-year-old regain the lightweight kickboxing belt to pair with his lightweight Muay Thai gold, but he also bumped his professional record to 62-5 and handed Nicholas the only loss of his 25-fight career.
Yeah, I've seen Earsel in person. I saw him last year in Lumpini here. Oh, he's something. A one championship. I know a lot of you out there, you're into UFC, but one is something. That That is something. So those of you who live in Colorado, when it comes to town, comes to the ball arena, please check it out. You will not be disappointed. But anyway, I want to thank Jessica for those news information that she gave us today. And we're going to switch gears now because, as I always say, this is a boxing variety show, and we do music on here. And I'm thinking, another thing I miss, I said earlier, some of the things I miss about America. One thing I miss is autumn. I do miss autumn. Seeing the leaves change. I really miss that. And I'm going to play a couple of songs about autumn, starting with Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong, Autumn in New York. And if you've never been to New York in the autumn, it's amazing. But anyway, let's hear that on the Shoulder Roll Virtual Boxing Podcast.
Autumn in New York, why does it seem so inviting? Autumn in New York, it spells the thrill of first nighting. Glittering crowds and shimmering clouds in canyons of steel, they're making me feel I'm home. It's autumn in New York that brings the promise of new love. Autumn in New York is often mingled with pain. Dreamers with empty hands may sigh for exotic lands. It's autumn in New York. It's good to live it again.
Autumn in New York, the gleaming rooftops at sundown. Oh, autumn in New York, it lifts you up when you run down. Yes, Jerry Ruiz and Gary Voces who lunch at the Ritz will tell you that it's divine. This autumn in New York transforms the slums into Mayfair. Oh, autumn in New York, you'll need the castles in Spain. Yes, lovers that bless the dark. Oh, on the benches in Central Park, great autumn in New York. It's good to live it again.
Dreamers with empty hands may sigh for exotic lands. It's autumn in New York. It's good to live it again.
change the pace on you there. That was Everett Allman, and that was For the Win. And that's the drummer, Everett Allman. Very good. I mean, very, someone you should really check out. And before that, we did 2 versions of Autumn in New York. That last one was by the great saxophone player, the one and only Dexter Gordon. And on the piano, that was Kenny Drew. And we started the set off with Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong, Autumn in New York. Oh, God, it just brings me back, just being back in America. But anyway, because the leaves don't change any colors here in Bangkok. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the music on the Shoulder Roll Virtual Boxing Podcast. As I always say, this is a boxing variety show. So we do our simulated fights. We talk boxing history, boxing news. Sometimes we have interviews with boxers or those who've written books about boxing. And also we play music on here. And if you want to join the family here, just go to Patreon and just make your contribution. Look for Ringside Fantasy Fights and News. But anyway, we're going to get ready to get out of here right now. As we always say, go in love and go in peace. Help someone along the way. And when you wake up in the morning, get up, look in that mirror, and hug yourself and say, I love myself. If you're sight impaired, get up, hug yourself, and say, I love myself. Because if you don't love yourself, you can't love anything. You can't do anything. And we need all the love we can get in this world right now. Wars and wars are continuing to go on. We don't know what's going to happen next. Minute I get off here, there could be another war going on, an escalation of a war somewhere, anywhere from Gaza, Lebanon, over here in Myanmar, anywhere. You don't know the Sudan. So do what you can. We're all together on this sphere. Do what you can in your community, in your suburb, in your farmland, your province, wherever you are. Do what you can to make it a better place by bringing some positive vibes to your area. It doesn't take much, just a little bit. That means picking up trash in your neighborhood, helping a young person, helping a senior, helping an animal in distress, doing what you can to make this sphere a better place. But again, this is Greg Rashid. Go in love and go in peace. We'll see you next time on the Shoulder Roll Virtual Boxing Podcast.
Thanks for tuning in. Please remember to like, comment, share and subscribe to this channel. Thanks and have a great day.